My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire Modded, where we are including a new mod in this episode. It is the mod Aspiration by Aerocells. It is a mod adding relics and events with varying themes. There's no real end goal behind it, just Aerocells implementing neat ideas that come their way via Reddit, Discord, other games, or even their own imagination. I won't read all of the midsection there, but instead we'll say that if you want to see a full list of everything included and what's being worked on, you can look at the GitHub repository, github.com/aerocells/aspiration-sts, and let them know if you have any questions, suggestions, or if you found an error. We'll also be going back to the Guardian on Ascension 3. See, Polar Bear, I have no price. My price is free. Oh, neat! Just a copy that's obtained an additional starter relic. Alright, sure. We got Nostalgia, which gives us... Oh, so that's an aspiration choice. That makes sense. Which gives us Ring of the Snake at the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. So we effectively got Bag of Preparation there. Except we now have the ability to still get Bag of Preparation. Take heart in the memory of those that came before. Alright, let's have a wee bit of a look at this map. Okay, so 4 elites, 1 rest. You can see them kind of highlit along this path. It's also 2 rests, 3 elites. I'll go 4 elites, 1 rest. Let's be a little bit cocky at the start here. This character is relatively good at taking down elites in the early game. Especially if you can find yourself, like, basically any aggressive tool, because you're defensively good at doing it. It's just the aggression you've really got to get behind you. Goodbye, Spike Slime, and hello to a fire potion. Neat. So you want to kill 20 monsters this act. 1 Spire growth, 3 repulsors. Those are in Act 3. 3 last normals. That's possible that we do that this floor. Possible we do it next floor. It is possible we do it next floor, but it's specifically related to the Laos Elite boss. Remove 5 cards. Die. Die only works if I have something that brings me back to life. So I need a Ring of the Snake, Snecko Tail, or a Fairy Potion or something similar. Pick up a Quartz, pick up Darkstone Periapts. Okay, so we don't really have those providing any direction for our run. I kind of want to take the Aquamarine, but then I recognize the problem with taking the Aquamarine is I generate like a severely negative effect if if in fact any of our first 3 elites happen to be the Gremlin, because in order to get any effect out of that card, I have to play 2 skills. I think I have to skip. It's either skip or take Priming Beam. It'd be nice to do a deck that has Priming Beam but doesn't have the multi-hit. I mean, there are a lot of beams that are multi-hits, but I'm saying that it'd be nice to have Priming Beam without... I cannot remember the name of it. I think it's Refracted Beam? Upgrade any number of times in order to increase the amount of times it hits. I'll take it. In the short term, it's at least a little bit of extra damage for us. Incinerate's really, really, really powerful in the early game. Specifically against elites and bosses, because you're in those combats for so long. I do want to do a build that's effectively just, I'm going to incinerate the hell out of you. I'll also take the Fragmented Gem here. Should I? If I had a rest before the first 3 elites, I would take the Fragmented Gem, and then I'd put that into the Twin Slam, just to effectively increase the amount of times it hits, but no. Without that, I won't do that. Alright, so we'll definitely remove an attack here. Priming Beam is obviously now not super great for us. Make all strikes in defense ethereal. Please do. I literally only care about Incinerate in this deck right now. Okay, so 19 HP. So if this does 11, 8... So I can defend against all but 3 incoming damage. I mean, that's pretty good. No need to suddenly decide that I need to use a fire potion much earlier than 3 elites on this floor. I mean, there's no way that's a good decision for us. No, don't want any of those. Not a particularly large fan of this combat. It feels a little out of step with the other ones, power-wise. Well, I should play a defend this turn, because otherwise I burn out most of the defends in my deck. We do get our Incinerate really commonly now, which is neat, but... still pretty rough. Ouchie. We'll have that unit die this turn, but their 4 damage is inflicted to us at the end of every one of our turns. So I do want to play Curl Up and then Incinerate here. Because then I get to full defend myself. Incinerate. I really ought to kill at least one of them this turn to save myself a significant amount of HP. So 8, 8, 11. Let's consider that 11 for the sake currently. So 8, 8, 11's 37. That's enough to kill the backliner. If I take 8 away from that, I can still kill the backliner, right? So 11... No, I can't. 8, 8, 16. Oh, it's 27 that it does. So it's not even enough to kill the electrical pylon in the backline. The burning room is at the end of its turn, not at the start of its turn, like with most damage damage modifiers. All right. May as well get as much defense as I can. Goodbye, all enemies. And hello to Ancient T-Set. Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 extra energy. There's Refracted Beam already. Like, we would have a deck that's literally just Priming Beam, Refracted Beam, but I don't want to do that. I've done that so recently. So this would be the correct choice, but I've run that card so often recently, I don't feel like... for the sake of the content, I don't feel like that's necessarily the best choice that we can make at this point in time. At this juncture. I do like the fact that I can burn out most of my cards in my deck and then just keep using Incinerate constantly. But it does now mean that I can't rely on defends to defend me. So I will become pretty reliant on picking up some other defensive tools. The problem with other defensive tools is this character's primary amount of defensive tools are generated... Oh, Ducks and Periaps. Cool, we'll actually get some money for that. The primary defensive tool of this character is defensive mode. So I may want to start just taking the powers that generate defensive mode for me. I don't know if I want Thorns so much. It costs 1 less this combat. I do like things like Ancient Attack and Ancient... Well, Ancient Attack in particular, because 1 less this combat, like, I'll play it multiple times, I'll cycle through my deck really quickly. Yeah, I'll take it, actually. Cunning Disguise. Upon pickup, choose another character. On future card rewards, you have 1 additional card to choose from, and it'll be from that character. That is huge. So I am going to be looking for, effectively, what is the best defensive tool that I can find in any other character? Or, who has things that will synergize with what I'm currently holding? Well, there's the singular kind of standard defensive tools in the Ironclad, as well as the ability to double tap an Incinerate or something similar. Strength synergy and attack synergy also present in that character. Defect, Silent, Construct. Beaked? No, definitely not Beaked. Marissa, no. Glutton, Slimebound, no, not particularly defensive. It does feel like it has to just be the Ironclad. Playing Incinerate is incredibly important. Definitely want as much of an effect as I can possibly get out of the defend. Curl up and Incinerate once more. Now we get all this extra block that we get to hold for a turn where the enemy isn't deciding to attack. Not that I'm bitter. Why would I ever be? So I can defend by almost all this turn. So 7, 8, 7, 8's 15, 6 is 21, 21. Yeah, the enemy doesn't die to that, so we have no choice. It's exactly that turn. Got him. Lead-lined bottle. Upon pick up, choose a card. Start each combat with a card on your bottom of the deck. There's no card here that I want that for. I want to burn out all of my attacks and skills, the defends and strikes, as quickly as possible. I might need Curl Up in the first turn. And all of the rest, like Priming Beam, I want to play early and often. Same with Incinerate. I obviously want to play Ancient Attack as early as possible. There's nothing that I actually want to put in that. Shuffle 2 burns into your draw pile. Whenever you draw a burn, gain an energy. That'll be a ridiculous source of energy for us, but not good. I'll take the Quartz there. Guess I skipped the Lead-lined bottle in this circumstance. Alright, it feels like if I don't rest here, I'm dead, and the reason it feels like that is because it's true. Ancient Attack needs to be played as soon as possible. Oh, Prismatic Beam. Not a great pickup there for us. Hopefully the enemy attacks for 10 on this first turn, at least. Yep, that'll be enough. We'll strike Twin Slam just to give ourselves a better chance of drawing another aggressive card. So I was playing around the idea that I wasn't going to be able to win by this turn, but we did. Empty Skull from Aspiration. Whenever you play the last remaining card in your hand, shuffle an Inspiration into your draw pile. Inspiration being an unplayable status card that, when drawn, exhausts and draws 2 more cards. Armored Protocol is totally valuable for us. It's the kind of thing that I was looking at wanting in the deck for the sake of our defensive modes. Now, I could try and skip over and get to another elite, but I feel like that's definitely death. Alright. Let's go Ancient Attack. Refracted Beam. We don't want to play that here because the enemy is attacking so many times. Or rather, it attacks so many times, so the enemy's Thorns would be a real problem for us. Okay. Spend twice, get another Incinerate out there, and then just wait. None of those really work with the style of deck that we intend to go for. Priming Beam doesn't really work for this deck either. Like, we want basically everything save Incinerate and defensive cards removed. I was really hoping there would be a rest and upgrade one of your cards available here. There isn't, unfortunately. Let's get 2 random potions. That also gives us an extra potion slot there from completing a quest. We're just not going to be defensive enough this combat to succeed. Oh, Fierce Bash is a lot of damage at least. I guess if I curl up every turn... Actually, know what? It probably is curl up every single turn. that's what'll do it. I'm gonna start building my defensive mode stacks. In the long term, all that really matters here is that we hit Incinerate every single time that's available. Would love to play Curl Up there. Yeah, now every turn has to be Curl Up, Incinerate, wait. Curl Up, Incinerate, wait. Now I'm going to have to make you languid, otherwise Curl Up, Incinerate, wait is not necessarily a great plan here. Let's, guess I can Incinerate Fierce Bash. Uncurl Up, but that's okay, because I can immediately just Curl Up, Incinerate, and wait. It's very important I play Incinerate, and I don't get to do it in that position. That's really sad. Whew. All right. Add some quest to the quest log. Pick up 3 curses. Ooh, another potion. Neat. Do I take Compile Package here? I have so few cards that are actually going to stay in the deck that that Bloody Hammer seems like a bad idea for us. Spot weakness. Yeah, we don't even want that. Whenever they take damage, yeah, but they take damage at the end of the turn. Sorry, the start of their turn. So I gain strength when it's not needed. Yeah, I think it's just Compile Package. Yeah. Training weights. Gain energy at the start of each turn. Start each combat with 2 sapped. Sapped negates the next debuff. There's actually another keyword for negating the next debuff that's already in the game. It is... Can't remember the name of it right now. But it first appeared in the jungle. Remove 5 cards from the deck. Choose 2 curses to obtain. I mean, that does get us really close to picking up a black card. And we also get to remove a bunch of cards from the deck. I'm actually kind of interested. Upon pickup, lose energy. Play the first 2 attacks or skills you play each turn twice. If you play an attack or a skill, you cannot play a card of the other type this turn. Maybe I actually go for Risk. This would be the first time ever that I go for Risk, but no. Compile Package immediately kills Risk. I was thinking, oh, I get to double play my Incinerate and then double play my Defend, but that's all I can do because I can't play Curl Up with that. I can double play Curl Up, but then I can't do anything else. I'll take Kintsugi. So I actually do want the Priming Beam out of the deck. Ancient Attack has been, like, part of the reason that we're still alive, but I might want that out of the deck as well. I definitely want these 3 strikes out. Unplayable Soulbound. Well, you have to upgrade that in order to remove it, right? Not a super huge fan of that. While this is in hand, you cannot play attacks. Whenever this card is drawn, lose 3 strength this turn. Awful. Common Cold Writhe, I guess. I also managed to pick up 16 max HP. It's 16? 12 max HP, though. Let's go to the city again. I can also sell Kintsugi at a store in order to get some of what I invested in it back. Alright. Let's compile package. Well, this one's the easiest. Stasis Engine. How many 0 costs am I going to play this turn? Not 3. Oh, I mean, unless Ancient Attack gives me a 0. Which it does. That turn could have been a lot worse. Say, if they stayed on dealing that amount that they were initially intending. Whew. Very glad that I keep being able to transform there. Intense. I'd love to deal 14 more damage, but I don't want to take 50 because I decided to transform the enemies. Sweet. Another attempted debuff right there. Getting real close to killing the fuzzy die. Sweet. Nice. All it took was saving my zero cost card for the end of the turn so that I could decide whether or not it was important. I was gonna say available. I think I was trying to go for applicable to the situation, but kept messing up every which way. Nah. It's really difficult to convince me to put a card in this deck right now. Bed and breakfast. Okay. Out in the middle of the streets lies a little cottage, a sign hanging out reading Bird and Breakfast. You feel exhausted from your journey up the spire, so you check to see what's inside. A bell rings as you open the door. The innkeeper shouts, "You look wary." Hang on, let's give it a voice. You look wary. You should stay to rest. You know? No, bad voice. Next voice. You look wary. You should stay to rest. It turns out a flock of cultists run the place. Ornate decorations worshipping the awakened one hang on the walls. They don't seem hostile. Why not? You're not sure if you can trust these cultists, but the price they're offering for a good night's rest is a pretty good deal to you. Breakfast is included, or whatever is left from Spire Blight. I'm gonna go for that. And yeah, my hope was that I would get something from it other than just the heal. The room you rented doesn't feel like one of an inn, but more like a full-fledged bedroom. The cultists seem to have renovated the cottage into an inn, perhaps it's family run. Nonetheless, the night was surprisingly restful. Breakfast is a little peculiar. The main course is mushrooms and something that resembles carrot sticks, but are green and rough. It tastes a little funny, but the chars dilute it. One of the cultists seems to be looking for something through the drawers. We were also thinking of giving you a little something. I remember we had some nice gloves somewhere. We're unloading some of the stuff we pillaged in our old lives. Do you mind if you stay a while? Sure, we'll lose a defend and gain a special relic. I swear they were in some of these boxes. No, not here either. It's already been an hour. The wait feels like forever, but you stay. All this sitting around hasn't done you any good, and you feel as if you'd forgotten something. Tan gloves. Every time you exhaust 6 cards, gain an energy. Hell yeah, we do that somewhat. Not at all. Oh, here they are. Out of all of the boxes, the last one I check. The ex-cultist hands you the gloves. They're in good quality too, but you don't want to know how they pillaged these either. You say goodbye and continue on your journey. You feel steady with your blade and ready for battle. I swear I've had that before. Ritual Dagger actually seems useful in this deck. We do need a kill. Oh, it's birds. I do love me some birds. Armored Protocol plus another card after, so just like Common Cold should be enough for the kill. Sorry, enough for the kill, enough for the defend. Ideally, they all try and do multi-attacks here. So, of course, they immediately decide not to. Hyper Beam, Bronze Orb. Well, Hyper Beam would be 1 less on its cost. Got him. So I do try and skip my next turn, but it doesn't work because I played the... Can't remember the name of the card, but I gave myself Artifact, which prevents the skip your next turn debuff. I don't even know if I need to talk about that card selection. Obviously, I took Incinerate. Yes. Peanut butter. At the start of combat, gain 8 temporary HP. I love this relic. I think it is so damn powerful. Alright. I'll take the merchant's rug. Now I can sell Kintsugi for 123. So that basically pays for the rug itself. I'm gonna sell the Cunning Disguise. What? Can I sell Nostalgia? I can sell Nostalgia. Neat. Darkstone Periapts, I mean, we're going to put one more curse in the deck, but that's exactly as many as we'll do. So I probably want to get rid of the Darkstone Periapts as well. We'll definitely take the Peanut Butter. I'm considering whether or not I want to get rid of Empty Skull and Cunning Disguise. Because we've already pivoted how we're actually going to be dealing with this run. Alright. I'm also not certain whether or not Cunning Disguise will just remove... Wait, 1 sec. Yeah, this also isn't useful for me. I'm also not certain whether Cunning Disguise will actually remove the extra offering, because it's an upon pickup kind of thing. Shield. Gain 6 block and 6 shielding for each energy this costs. Upgrades to also, I believe that's refund 1. That can be pretty powerful. No. Nope, not doing it. Alright, Ancient Attack. Show me what you... Ah, Harden. Not bad. Definitely could have done that better. But that's all in the past now. The very recent past, admittedly, but the past nonetheless. Orbwalk, Walker Claw, Incinerate. Well, we do get a copy of Incinerate from Orbwalker at least. I think we have to take the shapes and then we can get Spiker Protocol out there to give ourselves some more thorns. By the way, last time I used compile packages... No, we're going to talk about this for a second. Last time I used compile packages, I made a mistake about how it generated packages. I thought that there was just a package that was the shapes. And that provided you massive bombs, which put a time bomb in all of your available stasis slots. As it turns out, there's 2 different packages. One is shapes, one is mass of shapes. It just says mass, I believe, but the mass of shapes is the boss that it's based on, and it has the art of the shapes. I got those initially confused. Eventually, in the course of that episode, I realized what I'd done, I owned up to it, explained why it had confused me, and then started playing accordingly. The amount of comments that were like, you moron, how do you not get it? You still don't get it. What kind? I got it though. I did eventually. I corrected myself. Watch to the end before you. Yeah. Because otherwise, you end up looking like the dummy. Hell yeah. Ritual Dagger for the upgrade. 70. Okay, we'll just compile package, see if we can find anything super useful here. Spheric Shield, Harden, Floating. Well, Spheric Shield and Harden are both relatively high cost, right? Spheric Shield's 3, lowest to 2. Harden's 2, lowest to 1. So those being treated differently by the confusion effect that we're about to have applied to us is pretty good for us. But maybe instead we just want to go for package shapes so that we can get the defense up. Yeah, I think we'll do that. It actually also gives us Repulsor, which will exhaust the first status drawn. So that'll save me a little bit of space. I really want to play the Time Bomb right now, but more than that, I want to get the Ancient Attack and both of the Incinerates out. Sorry, did I say both? I meant all 3. Also, obviously, I shouldn't have played my defensive mode first, though. Still planning out my turn. I've got to remember to plan out my entire turn before I play any of my cards. That's like a huge source of misplays for me, is just neglecting to plan out my entire turn ahead of time. Well, not too much differently I could have done there, unfortunately. I'm fine if I don't kill the enemy this turn. I just want to draw my Ritual Dagger and kill with that if I can. And we do. Neat. Already turned down basically all of those. Thank you. Ritual Dagger does need to be upgraded, but so does Compile Package, and that's actually a little more important right now. Like, it provides so much strength to us. Wax Seal. Relics in shops cost 20% less, and right-click to activate. Borrow 100 gold, add a curse to your deck until you pay it back. Well, I can immediately go here, and then... Oh my god. Calm's Heart. Raise your max HP by 100 and become unable to get new relics for the entire run. The warrior who fears will never fail. Never look back, never stop, never surrender. Is 100 more max HP enough to get us to win? Because I don't think it is. What I do know is that Wax Seal just gave me a curse, so now I have the selection. Fetch 3 cards you've exhausted this combat. That could be Compile Package, the package it generates, and Ritual Dagger. Oh, yes. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. We'll remove the common colds. I mean, if it was unable to get cards for the rest of the run, I would actually be totally into it. It also just limits how much fun we can have in the run to take that this early. All right, I'll take Matroshka and we'll just move on. Hello, Ancient Clock Tower. Every time you play 6 cards, we'll lose 60 strength for the turn, and it also gains 2 strength every 3 turns. So we'll play the IOU immediately to burn it out of the deck, but we probably want to play other cards first, just in case we want to actually trigger aggression. Wait, no, we don't care about aggression here, do we? Not our own. Okay, yeah, the order... I should generate cards so that I can decide what to do better. I'm taking Orb Walker literally here just to get an upgraded 0-cost Incinerate into the deck. Yeah, should have played the Warp Claw earlier. Whatever. The reason it's really important that we did that is because now the Echoes of Time... Oh, right, it's Grave. Oh, fair enough. The Echoes of Time will be able to generate back the package as well as Compile Package, so I can get a bunch of Incinerates in the deck at that rate. I really, really, really wanted to play Incinerate this turn. Very much saddened I can't. Incinerate, Echoes of Time. Orborg gets us another Incinerate, use that. Compile Package gets us Ancients. Ancients gets us a bunch of free stuff. Well, I say free. Wait a second, I had future plans. I could have just put Orb Walk up in... Oh, that's my bad. That's entirely my bad. I'll play both of these defensive cards. And let's put a Walker Claw into stasis. Neat. So the Walker Claw, despite the fact that its base cost is 2, it only got put in there for 2 turns. Because its modified cost is 1, which is to say that the bug that I didn't necessarily believe to be a bug last episode, but it was confirmed afterwards by Michael Toothbean, Michael being the creator of this mod, was fixed. Neat. Although I also saw them tell me that it was fixed, so... I don't need to describe how I've empirically come across this. It's just a thing I know. And he's doing all this healing. Ooh, Gatling Beam. That's actually not bad. Funnily enough, though, I definitely should play Curl Up. Ugh. Again, I was just auto-playing cards there. That was just really bad. Didn't plan out my entire turn first. That's exactly what I've been talking about. Well, the enemy died next turn to Gatling Beam, right? Started next turn. So Gatling Beam having a reduced cost means it treats its tick effect less. Don't care about any of those. Whetstone does upgrade Incinerate and Ritual Dagger. Great picks, thank you. We'll upgrade Echoes of Time literally just to make it 0 cost, because we are constrained on energy at the moment. Non-combat rewards. Damn, we got 5 potion slots and we haven't even got the potion belt yet. Wild. Let's get potion belt Toy Ornithopter. Let's go mad. Again. Guardian Quell? That's not bad when it costs 1. Right, compile package. So there we go. Shapes, mass. Can you see why I might have gotten these two confused? Massive spikes, massive bombs, group slam. Well, the enemy does do some really ridiculous multi-attacks here, so let's actually do that. Massive bombs. Exhaust if this created 2 or more time bombs. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So it has been nerfed since last. In each empty stasis slot, place an upgraded time bomb there. Exhaust if this created 2 or more time bombs. Exhaust if you have artifacts, so you can't just stack thorns from massive spikes. And group slam, exhaust if you have 3 or more strength. Alright, well, we only have 1 strength right now, so... Sweet! Alright, we should... Curl up Incinerate. Armored Protocol, Echoes of Time to bring back... Compile... Package Mass, and I guess Ancient... Oh, no, I can bring back a lot of things. Okay. Bring back way too many things, frankly. I'm gonna take Spheric, literally just so that I can get Spheric Shield here. Gain 11 block, and for 3 turns, block is not removed at the end of your turn, and defensive mode. What tried to get put into stasis there? What? Alright. Do I want to Incinerate this turn, or Group Slam? Probably Incinerate. Maybe even just Ancient Attack. Yeah. What is it trying to put into stasis? I get it. Things are in stasis. I can play this. Oh, is it giving me a warning as soon as I hover over one of those cards? It's whenever I hover over any of these ones. Maybe it's just massive bombs? No, it's massive spikes that it's doing it. No? Massive bombs? Yeah, I think it is massive bombs. Whatever, I'm just gonna exhaust this. Don't care about it. That was always eventually going to happen. Thankfully, I actually managed to retain my defense for that turn. Massive spikes would be really, really, really good if I could actually trigger the enemy to attack me a bit. For some reason, I'm not super keen on baiting them to do that. I know, weird, right? Goodbye and hello to the boot. Whenever you deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase to 5, as well as Black Potion, Swift Potion. Ooh, do I take Ancient Construct for this deck? No. Black Potion we definitely want to take over one of these. Probably over the Elixir. Swift Potion's probably lateral for most of those. Next upgrade. I want the Ancient Artifact upgraded so that I get actual artifact from it. Lame Crystal Beam. Package Construct's just not good because we don't have any stats. Just take Shapes. So before I play Spike Protocol here, I should play any attacks that I intend to play. I also get to set myself up with a Time Bomb to deal 30 damage to all enemies, so these Torch Heads I just need to deal a little bit to. Uh-huh. Right, let's Echoes of Time. That one, that one, that one, I guess. That one and that one. God, I forgot that it's 5. Oof. I really need to remember that there's actually 5 that I get from that. The enemy just dies to our spikes this turn, so we can focus on everything else. Compile package we pick up. Nothing exciting. Get another Incinerate, I guess. Sweet. This Ritual Dagger is getting increasingly difficult to use. I needed it to be kind of significantly upgraded by now for it to be useful next floor, but it isn't. Get a Time Bomb ready. Enemy decides not to summon soon enough for it to be important. Okay. Should have done a little less damage there. I possibly could have used my Ritual Dagger next turn. In fact, I almost certainly could have. Citrine, it's really difficult to turn down Citrine. Like, even if I have to upgrade Twin Slam in order to find... No, I've got Incinerates. It just makes the Incinerates cheap. Free, even. Well, not really, but still. Calling Bell. No. Dimensional Glitch. Gain... Lame. I desperately want the energy, but all non-attack damage you deal is reduced to half, rounding down, so that's immediately against the Incinerates and against my Thorns. All non-attack damage you take is increased by half, rounding up, so that's like exploding enemies next floor and their Thorns, and healing doesn't really matter to us. But we don't actually get an energy relic here, which is really, really, really shameful. Dimensional Glitch is so much of our damage that we can't take it. Calling Bell would be 3 curses for our deck, as well as 3 relics. I really don't want it. I may actually just choose to ignore all of these. Monkey's Paw is obviously a problem because while it'll be really good with things like Compile Package and most of the cards from Compile Package, it will make it really, really difficult for me to get back to my Echoes of Time, which is where I really go off because that's Grave. So I will have generated a ridiculous draw pile by the time I try and actually do anything. It's either Calling Bell or nothing, and I think we're actually safer taking nothing here. pretty displeased with the quality of the boss chests that we've had. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost the run literally just because we didn't manage to get an energy relic at all. Hell, I'm probably more likely to be surprised if we don't. Okay. So I'm going to do this in a kind of unique way. I'll take Orb Walker here, and the reason that I've done that is because Ritual Dagger is only enough to kill if I get another significant attack off first. Sweet. So I managed to take no damage this turn. Well, no actual damage. Get to bring that Ritual Dagger back, and hell, even get another kill with it. Another copy of Incinerate, sure. I think we just lose the max HP here. No need for another curse. I have other cards I want to remove from my deck. Pocket Sentry. At the start of each turn, it alternates between dealing 7 damage to a random enemy and applying 1 weak to all enemies. That is really powerful. Wow. I desperately want that. Guidebook upgrades 2 cards in our deck, and it prioritizes rarer cards. I don't think it can hit Citrine, so I think it has to go Armored Protocol and Twin Slam. Or Curl Up, depending on which it considers to be rarer. We will take Pocket Sentry. I'm actually looking at Ultimate Defense. The problem with Ultimate Defense, anyone spotted it, is that it costs 4. And we can't do that. So bad. Wow. Okay, so it actually hit a defend instead. Wild. I kind of want that Twin Slam out of the deck now. I'll take this defend out instead first. 12 block and 4 Momentary Thorns if you're in defense mode. Not just yet, thank you. Oh, it comes from the actual relic. Wild. I was wondering how it was actually going to be generating the effect. I'll take Orb Walker. I just want immediate damage here. So that I can kill with the Ritual Dagger. Sweet. We're not going to be able to do that here. We're not going to have enough damage to do it here, is what I mean. I'll still do basically the same thing, though. Right. Stack that burn. No debuff for me. The enemy does try and hit for 30 this turn. Lame, they're also not frail. This is basically the most defense that I'm capable of generating this turn, unfortunately. Thanks for the damage. Really appreciated. Just gonna play out a ridiculous amount of different things. And eventually one of these effects ought to do damage, right? That's my estimation. $31 exactly. Yeah, I'll go for another elite. Sure. Why not? Sentry Wave into Stasis. I'm actually not super into that. Well, at least it's another card that exhausts. The tan gloves are actually providing a significant amount of energy for us. And it's a thankless job on their part, frankly. Really appreciate all the work they're trying to do here. Massive spikes is pretty important. I forgot I had boot. That was already going to be enough damage. Damn it. So we'll pull back, Ritual Dagger, Compile, and Mass, I guess. And Massive Spikes. And Sentry Beam, even weaken you again, I guess. Yeah. So that's always going to be the correct decision because of boot. Bandana. Gain 2 Thievery for the first 3 turns of combat. Synergy with the Bloody Idol, as well as Onyx. Yeah, I would socket an Onyx as well. Auto Hammer. Every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, enhance a random card in your hand. May as well take that. Frozen Jewel from Aspiration. At the end of your turn, gain 2 block for every enemy that intends to attack. Gain Blur if there are multiple enemies and all intend to attack. That is actually incredibly powerful for us. I don't think we're going for the heart anymore. Well, I mean, hang on. There is another... never mind. Maybe I'm still going for the heart. Okay, hit that curl up upgrade literally just for the 3 extra defense. Light Bulb. If you have any unspent energy at the start of your turn, draw that many cards at the start of your next turn. And Sapphire Key over the snack pack, which is anytime you play 3 attacks in a single turn, heal 2 HP. Yep, I'm actually super comfortable with how that went down. Kind of surprisingly. Those aren't really the things I wanted here, but that's okay. Let's see what we can do. Let's take Spheric. Spheric gets a Spheric Shield, which is obviously incredibly important to us. Neat. Thank you for trying to debuff me, and I'm afraid it's not going to work. Charge Core? Sure. Then Orb Slam that does 10 damage. Thank you, Boot. I was pretty certain the Boot was going to be entirely useless this run. And yet, how I've been proven wrong. All enemies intended to attack, so do I get a blur for that? No. If there are multiple enemies. Okay, so there aren't multiple enemies, so we don't get a blur for that. It's fine. Echoes of Time. All those back. A couple of those I got literally just so that I have the easy ability to remove them from my hand. I don't know if I want to play the package Spheric for a second time, though, so maybe I shouldn't have taken that. Compile gives us... Wow, just the same bad decision we got last time. I wonder if that's seeded. Just gonna stack some burn on the enemy. No, I think we're fine. We can wait. We can wait. And didn't draw the right card, unfortunately. That's fine. Just murder. So obviously I was looking for the Ritual Dagger there for the kill. Bottled Flurry. Upon pick up, choose a card. You retain that card at the end of your turn. If it would exhaust you to being ethereal, discard it instead. We obviously want to do that on Ritual Dagger, so we have it for the right time. Add a black card to your deck. Viruses can be ridiculous. And they can give you a lot of value when you don't necessarily have much in your deck. But I think we'll take Gouge instead, just as a 0-cost card that's really, 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 really powerful. Helps our energy problem. So we gouge the back line, immediately removing all of their artifacts. Yeah, mass. Just drop a mass of bombs and wait. Cease and return to the Exordium. I'm actually fine on that one. Thank you very much for the offer. Wait, 58, so 4. Exact. It's like it's lethal by 1. Neat. And yeah, I can just end this turn and then wait for the start of the next turn, and we win! Boom! Evasive Protocol. Gain 2 decks while in defensive mode. Gain 3 defensive mode. Yeah, that's not bad for us. But the thing is, when we actually are in defensive mode, we don't really play many cards that give us defense. Like, Curl Up is the only one. So Evasive Protocol would just be more defensive mode for us. Doesn't actually achieve our ends. So obviously we'll start with Compile Package here, looking for mass. We found mass, so now it's just how well can I defend myself while all the rest of this happens. And let us hope that the answer is quite well. So Ritual Dagger is not going to increment because... So, it might. Let's think about this for a second. So I'm quote-unquote weakened, right? So 43. 64 against the target. So I'm the quote-unquote weakened, which is defensive mode, is reducing our amount of damage dealt by 25%. And we also have 1 strength up. So the Ritual Dagger does say if it kills an enemy, permanently increases card's damage by 1. Now, Gremlin Horn in the base game says if you kill an enemy, gain an energy and draw a card. If you kill a Darkling, Gremlin Horn triggers. The things that don't trigger when you kill Darklings are things that say if you kill a non-minion enemy. The Darklings are not minions, but they count as a single entity for the sake of those cards. So because this says if it kills an enemy, increases card's damage by 5, I'm not certain if it will increase when I hit a target here. So 56. So imagine it was 51, right? Because that's what it would have been pre-upgrade. So 51 plus 1 takes it to 52. 53 would be 9 less than that. So is 9 25% of 53? No. So I'm not entirely certain, but I don't think it upgraded there. $43, right? Yeah. So it didn't upgrade. Neat. I mean, that's good to know. I'm obviously not a fan, but it's good to know. And that'll get that done. None of those, thank you very much. Sweet, Spire growth. We actually get to kill this and get a relic for it, I believe. I'll take mass literally just so that I can get group slam. Sluggish Group Slam is incredible for us. And it's also not affected by our weakness, so... As long as we deal at least 1 damage, it'll increase. Ritual Dagger for the exact seize kill, and we get a random relic. Molten Egg. When you've added power card to your deck, upgrade it. If we get 1 more Repulsor, we can also get... I want to go to the shop. We have so much money. Sack of Gems. Upon pickup, add 5 random gems to your deck. Oof. We don't have 5 sockets for them, unfortunately. Ooh, shiny. Thesaurus, upon pickup, choose a non-special relic, transform it into a relic of the same rarity. Well, Guidebook is a shop relic, so you could get a random shop relic. Matryoshka is uncommon, so you could get a random uncommon relic, right? It is uncommon, right? Double check that. Yeah. Inspect. What? No. Inspect. Yes, uncommon. Okay. Thesaurus, Matryoshka into a different relic, and we get Duct Tape. Upon pickup, choose 2 cards and combine them. Well. That's rough. It might just be... But I've been warned not to... Not from the mod creator, but from the comment section, not to combine cards that have gems in them. Five damage, remove artifact, and apply to weak and vulnerable. We'll just put that on the other Incinerate. How about that? Right? That looks like it'll work with the way that it's written there. Letters to her. Obtain a new letter at every future non-boss chest. For every letter, shuffle 1 letter into your deck at the start of combat. So letters to her does give me 1 letter for the deck, and that's a card that exhausts, so it's a 1/6 of a point of energy. Might actually just be worth it at the moment, though. Oh, Armored Protocol, obviously. Yeah. Take letters to her. Sure. We'll give ourselves a chance to fight the heart. Aludonu. Aludeka. Let's see if the gouge works. It gave me my energy back and it inflicted all of the effects that it should. It also upgraded Gouge? I think because when it tried to make Duct Tape out of Gouge and Incinerate, it created a new attack card, and that new attack card got upgraded by the Molten Egg. That's my guesstimate. I'm not entirely certain though, so please don't hold me to be correct on that, because I'm almost certainly not. And now I'll curl up and defend just to finish that off. So now what I get to do here is hopefully soonish I pull the Tides of Time? Tides of Time? Echoes of Time? There we go. Echoes of Time out of the deck, and then I can use that to get the Ritual Dagger in order to kill the backliner here. Sweet! Ritual Dagger, backliner for us. See if we find anything super useful here. No, not really. I guess Hammer Down is actually pretty good for us in this position, though. Just because of how much dex and strength we've generated from those other effects. Sweet. Hammer Down, double your strength and dex. So the actually really cool thing about that is, so I've got a bunch of artifact here, so I'm going to swap my strength and dex and draw a card. That'll try and make my strength lower and my dex higher. Artifact will negate one of the effects, and I'll just end up with 4 and 4 here. Sweet. Then I get to reroute a hammer down. Oh, no, that exhausted? Hammer down doesn't usually exhaust. What? Huh? Okay. Sorry, I was hoping I was going to put that in stasis, but I guess not. That's fine. At least I managed to put something in stasis eventually, so I can start using those stasis-related cards. Bye, Decker. With this potion set, we have, just really, really high hopes against this heart. Just get a little bit more defensive mode here. That Toy Ornithopter would be incredible. Fetid Barrel. Whenever you exhaust a card out, apply 1 poison to all enemies. Aspiration. That would be incredible. Actually, I can still get it, can't I? So I can remove Duct Tape from the deck at this point. It's already served its purpose. I can remove Thesaurus as well. Guidebook also. Whetstone also. Almost enough for the Fetid Barrel. I can also remove Molten Egg. Because how many more attacks am I adding to the deck, right? Now we'll take Fetid Barrel. Neat! This happens at the start of combat, though, led us to Hearse, so I don't want to do that. Wax Seal. I mean, I can sell it. Get 20 more, and then what would I even buy with that? I think I'm done here. Okay. I'm actually just going to straight up try and kill the Spire Spear right now. Compile finds me... Not really the things I wanted there, but that's okay. We get a lot of cards to exhaust, so Fetid Barrel is just going to go off. Hey, there we go. Hell, I will use that. Alright, we should be well set here. Echoes of Time to pull back out the Ritual Dagger. So now my goal is just deal enough damage to get the Ritual Dagger to be a single kill, and it does. Runic Dodecahedron. If your HP is full, gain energy at the start of your turn. We desperately needed that. I am so pleased we got it. Steroid Potion is also actually really good for us. I am so pleased. We finally got the energy that we really needed there. I will use an Ancient Potion, then Steroid Potion here. Also Liquid Bronze at the very start. Let's get in defensive mode so that I can play as many cards as possible without worrying too much. Gem Cannon's awful. For this deck in particular. Let me clarify that immediately. I guess we go package Ancients. Spheric Shield is a lot of defense for us. But Ancients could actually be good. Do I want to draw extra cards this turn? No, not really. There's nothing in there that I actually really want. I'll Black Potion and see what we get from this. Neural Network, neat. Draw 2 additional cards every turn. More than happy to. Negate 3 debuffs from the enemy there. Wah. That sucks. A little bit of poison for the enemy at the very least, though. Alright. Curl up. We found our way to Echoes of Time. Neat. That's all we really desperately wanted to do there. I need compile package. That. There we go. So compile package, I'm specifically looking for mass. No, didn't find it. That's really rough. But we did get package construct. That's neat. So we can actually use the hammer down here. So I should only use whatever the highest stat I have is, which is strength. So we'll use ancient artifacts. Then we'll use package construct after I play one more card here. Package construct, and then I can mode shift, getting 8 and 8 total. Hammer down. Yeah, hammer down exhausts. Right. Right. So now we need to generate as much strength, dex, and artifact here as possible. Yeah, 0 costs. Hell, there are a lot of 0 costs here. We should be playing Stasis Engine as well. Neat. And now we've got a pretty ridiculous damage output. Hell, it looks like we're actually going to get through this whole thing taking no damage total. Which sounds pretty damn good to me. I'm going to even kill with a Ritual Dagger. Delightful. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. The mod that we included this episode that happened to contribute a fair amount of the relics to the run was Aspiration. Aspiration can be found in the Steam Workshop collection, linked in the description down below, should you want to install and play with it yourself. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.